Hi there, I'm Matthew Wiseman, Director and Mortgage Advisor at the Money Hub. Today I'm going to be talking about Help to Buy mortgages. I'll be talking about what the Help to Buy scheme is and how you can use this scheme to help you buy your next property. So what is the Help to Buy scheme? So this is the government scheme set up to try and help first-time buyers and home movers buy a property. So the scheme works like this. You put down a 5% deposit and the government can give you an equity loan of up to 20% or 40% if you're based in London. And then you can then get a mortgage for the remaining required amount. So let's walk through an example. So let's say a property is worth £300,000. So you would need to put down a 5% deposit yourself, which would be £15,000. Let's assume the property is outside of London, so therefore you can get an equity loan of 20%, which would be £60,000, and then you would get a mortgage for the remaining £225,000. So it's worth also noting that, say, the maximum property value that would qualify for the scheme is £600,000, and this is only available on new build properties. So what do you have to pay for this equity loan? So for the first 5 years, there's no monthly payment required. And in year 6, you'll be charged an interest rate of 1.75%. So using the example I gave earlier where you had an equity loan of £60,000, that would be a monthly payment of £87.50 per month, or that's £1,050 over the year. Now, going forward, this payment will increase by the retail price index plus 1%. And please also note that you are only paying the interest on it. You're not paying back any capital. So the amount you originally borrow will remain the same. So how do you repay this equity loan? So there's really 3 main ways in which this can be achieved. So you could sell the property and clear it that way. You could remortgage the property and raise extra capital to repay the loan that way. You can make 10% payments at a time as like a lump sum payment to pay this equity loan back. Now, please note that if you, for example, borrow 20% at the start, you will be required to pay back 20% at the current market value. So what lenders offer Help to Buy mortgages? So most high street lenders offer Help to Buy mortgages, and you need to have a good credit profile to qualify for them. If in the past you have had bad credit registers such as missed payments, defaults, or county court judgments, for example, there are more specialist lenders available that can help you in your situation. And these lenders are generally available via brokers such as ourselves, the Money Hub. More underwriting is done on these type of cases, and lenders will ask questions such as, when was the default registered? How much was it for? Have you managed to satisfy it since? And what type of default was it? Was it on a loan, for example, or was it on a mobile phone contract? So more questions are asked, but certainly there are lenders that can help you. How much can I borrow on a mortgage? So lenders typically lend 4 to 4.5 times your income, although there's many other factors that will be taken into consideration. So for example, how long is the mortgage for? How your income is made up. So if you get a basic salary and you get a lot of additional income such as overtime and commission, lenders may not take into consideration all of this additional income. And if you've got any financial commitments such as loans or credit cards, these will certainly reduce down the amount that you can borrow. We will always go through a full income and expenditure review with our clients to make sure any future mortgage is certainly affordable in the short and long term. So what fees are charged when arranging a mortgage? So there's generally many fees that will be payable by yourself at different stages throughout the process. So first of all, let's look at a valuation fee. So this will be paid up front by yourself, and the cost of this would depend upon the property value. Next, there could well be a broker fee, which could be payable. Now this depends upon which broker you're using, and the fee may be payable at different stages throughout the application process. There will be conveyancing costs. So some of these conveyancers want some of the money up front and some are on completion. And your conveyancer can also advise you about any stamp duty that may be payable and lender arrangement fees. Now, most lenders do charge arrangement fees, and these are typically paid on completion. So you should always get a full quotation from your broker outlining all the associated costs which will be involved. So what documents would be needed? So first of all, we'd always ask for a copy of your credit report first of all. There's two main credit agencies in the market, which are Experian and Equifax. So a credit report from either of those would be great. There is a company called Check My File whose single report shows the data from both these companies. So that's a good place to visit for a copy of your credit report. We would require proof of identity. So that would be to see your passport or your driving license. So make sure the passport or driving license are in date and your driving license has got the correct address on it. We would require 3 months bank statements. This is to confirm what your outgoings are and your account conduct. We would require proof of your income. So if you're employed, this is 3 months pay slips and P60, or if you're self-employed, this is your tax calculations and tax overviews or your accounts. Now, obviously, lenders do have their own documentation as well, which will more than likely be required for any application. So what changes are taking place with the Help to Buy scheme? So from the 1st of April 2021, this scheme will only be available to first-time buyers, plus they're introducing regional price caps on the properties that will qualify for the Help to Buy scheme. So what are the steps to go through to buy a property using the Help to Buy scheme? So I've broken it down into 5 simple steps. So step number 1, have a look around online at new build properties where you can buy these using the Help to Buy scheme and see if there's anything there which you're interested in. Step 2, speak to a mortgage advisor who can give you advice and obviously work out what mortgages are available to yourself and get an agreement in principle in place. So therefore you've got a full quotation and you know all the associated costs which are involved. Step 3, go and view the property and have an offer accepted. At this stage as well, you'll have to submit a separate application to the Help to Buy scheme to see if you get accepted on this. Step 4, all being well, you've been accepted on the Help to Buy scheme. So at this stage, we now need to submit your mortgage application to the lender. So the lender will arrange for a valuation to be done. We will upload relevant documentation to the lender and would also instruct your conveyancer as well. Now, at this point here, the lender will undergo all their due diligence checks on the transaction and complete their underwriting. And then once they're happy with everything, they will then issue you with a mortgage offer. And step 5, the solicitor will also do their own due diligence on the purchase, raise any inquiries, and eventually they'll liaise with all the parties to arrange a completion date. Well, I'm Matthew Wiseman, mortgage advisor at the Money Hub. Hopefully you found that video helpful. If you would like any more information, please make an inquiry on our website or you can drop me an email, and thanks for watching.